Well, Prime Minister Modi has welcomed the initial phase of Trump's peace plan between Israel and Hamas, expressing hope that this would pave the way for lasting peace. Prime Minister Modi's statement comes hours after Donald Trump announced that both Israel and Hamas had agreed to US and Qatari brokered deal for the release of hostages and partial troop withdrawal. Israel and Hamas have agreed to pause fighting in Gaza and release at least some hostages and prisoners in an agreement that was put forward by the Trump administration. Israel and Hamas separately confirmed the contours of their deal, which drew celebratory gatherings from hostage families in Tel Aviv and cautious optimism from some in Gaza. Let's listen into how the families of hostages reacted to Trump's announcement.
Friends, भारत और यूके नेचुरल पार्टनर्स हैं। हमारे संबंधों की नींव में डेमोक्रेसी, फ्रीडम और रूल ऑफ लॉ जैसे मूल्यों में साझा विश्वास है। के बीच ये बढ़ती हुई साझेदारी ग्लोबल
President Trump, you have the best crowd in the world. What do you guys have to say to President Trump?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.
You did it.
You did it. Thank you. Thank you.
This is amazing. Mr. President, we believe in you. We know you've done so much for us over the past, since you became a president, and even before that. And we trust you fulfill the mission until every hostage, every 48 of the hostages are home. Thank you so much. Blessed be the peacemakers.
God bless you, Mr. President. God bless America.
Thank you very much. You just take care of yourselves. The hostages will come back. They're all coming back on Monday.
All
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, Major General G.G. Dwivedi, global and strategic defense expert, is with us on the program. Joyita Basu, editor of the Sunday Guardian, is with me in the studio as well. Joyita, what do you make of this peace deal, and how seriously do you think that Hamas is going to adhere to their word?
Well, I think that is the main problem. I am not certain at all that Hamas is going to adhere to anything, you know, and that is the fundamental problem with a body like the Hamas. And what Trump is proposing is that Hamas is no longer in control of Gaza. So, I think which is totally not acceptable to Hamas. I mean, only over the weekend we will get an idea about how things are going to pan out. But right now, the way, you see, Hamas is I mean, it will just change its name, it will just re-emerge. If we think that this peace deal is going to be and ensure an end to terrorism that is coming from Gaza, I think we have not yet reached that stage. I think we have to look at it in terms of the release of the hostages, you know, that limited deal, I would call it, that where 20 hostages are released, they get the Israelis get back the dead bodies, and think of how many people had been kidnapped, over 200, and over a period of time how many have been released, only a handful. You see, so many people have been murdered and all. Yes, for Israel, I mean for everybody, that every life counts, but think of the number of people the Hamas have killed, and think of the kind of, I would say, orgy of violent celebration that has gone on every time Hamas has released a hostage. And look at the orgy of violence celebration that is happening in Gaza right now. So, frankly, if you ask me, I mean, they are very much, they are still talking about wiping out the Jews, wiping out the Jewish population, wiping out Israel. So, will Hamas change its way? No. Maybe it will cease to function with the name Hamas, maybe it will come up, re-emerge with some other name, but it is not going away right now. That is what I would say. And this peace may prove to be some kind of a chimera.
All right, General Dwivedi, are you as pessimistic as Joyita is about you know, what Hamas might promise and what they might end up doing? We all know that coming up with proxies and changing their names to another outfit is something that they've been doing for decades now.
Well, Vineet, first and foremost, whatever is going to be the outcome. I think on the start, this deal definitely has brought in certain amount of relief on both sides, whether it is in the Gaza or on the Israelis. The second point is that this deal has three very distinct phases. First phase is release of hostages and exchange of prisoners, and cessation of ceasefire, or cessation of firing on the cessation of hostilities for time being. The second is, of course, how this interim, administration is going to function, and third will be the long term, how the Gaza reconstruction is going to take place. So why we are right at the moment in the first phase. Now we need to also take into consideration 3-4 important factors. First and foremost, Hamas as an outfit has taken deep hit, and it is almost on the knees. It needs time to actually re-emerge or reincarnate itself. For the time being, it will cover certain amount of ground, and that is release the hostages and get back its prisoners, which also suits the Gazians. The second point is, what will be the next outcome? Well, I am little realistic, because the point is, at this time, the all the three outfits, or whether you take Hezbollah or you take Houthis or Hamas, because their strength was when they could function together, and today all three are reduced. Their capability or their fighting capability has come down considerably, and all three are taken a big hit. So I think for time being there will be a pause. Yes, of course, any outfit will not yield the ground straight away. It always comes in jerks or sporadic movement forward. But the point is, I think first phase, I feel, would go through by and large. Of course, there will be glitches and hiccups. It may not be as smooth as one perceives to be, because these outfits have no principles or they have no scruples. The second point is, the major issue is going to come, how exactly Gaza is to be governed, what are the aspirations of Palestinians, how far Netanyahu or Israel is going to actually accept the two-state theories or self-determination by Palestine. I think that's going to be a big sticking point. And thirdly, of course, the construction of Gaza. So my take is, the first phase would go through, though with not as smoothly or with some glitches. The second phase, we have to wait and watch, and the third phase is a long drawn slingshot. So I can say that I am realistic that first phase will possibly get through, but I have got major doubts on sovereignty of Palestine, or also how far the Hamas, as it reincarnates, how far it will again influence, because it's not going to give away very easily, having governed Gaza for almost 17 years. Vineet.
All right. Jaldivedi, Joyita, appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much.